Stop. Stop chasing. The moment you start chasing money, it runs away. It is a universal law that nobody taught you in school, but the ancient mystics knew it thousands of years ago. When you chase something, you are broadcasting a signal to the universe that you do not have it. You are shouting loudly and clearly, "I lack this." And because reality is just a mirror reflecting your internal state, the universe has no choice but to give you more lack. You chase, it runs. It is a never-ending cycle of exhaustion that keeps you broke, tired, and desperate. But what if you could flip the polarity? What if there was a specific sound, a precise command from an ancient lineage that stops the chase and turns you into the magnet? Imagine standing still and watching opportunities, wealth, and abundance rush toward you like iron filings flying toward a high-powered electromagnet. This isn't a fantasy. This isn't some New Age fairy tale. This is based on a specific, ancient Hebrew phrase that doesn't just ask for things. It rewires your identity. It acts as a command code for your subconscious mind and the fabric of reality itself. Today, we are going to unlock a phrase that has been guarded for centuries. It is not a magic spell. It is not a superstition. It is a statement of absolute truth that aligns your frequency with the energy of creation. By the time this video ends, you will understand exactly how to use this sound to make abundance chase you. You are going to learn the phrase, the meaning, and the precise method to use it for the next 30 days. But first, you have to understand why everything you have been doing up until now has been pushing money away. Let's look at the mechanics of your reality. Most people operate from a state of wanting. You wake up and you worry about bills. You look at your bank account and you feel a pit in your stomach. You pray or you wish for more money. But listen closely. The language of the universe is not English. It is not Spanish or French. The language of the universe is vibration. It is frequency. When you say, "I want money," the vibration you are emitting is, "I don't have money." The universe, being a faithful servant, says, "Okay, you don't have money," and it manifests more situations where you don't have money. This is the trap. This is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It has nothing to do with fairness and everything to do with frequency. The rich operate from a baseline of having. Their identity is, "I am wealthy." So reality bends to confirm that identity. The ancient Hebrew sages understood that words are not just descriptors. They believed that the letters of their alphabet were the building blocks of creation. They didn't use language just to communicate with other humans. They used it to communicate with the divine source, the infinite intelligence that orchestrates the cosmos. There is a concept in Kabbalistic teachings that suggests speech creates reality, not metaphorically, literally. The phrase we are going to discuss is the ultimate override switch for your poverty programming. It cuts through the noise of your doubts and fears and plants a flag of ownership in the soil of your destiny. It shifts you from the seeker to the source. Think about a king or a queen. A king does not beg. A king does not chase. A king decrees. When a king speaks, his word becomes law. This ancient phrase is designed to put you in that seat of authority. It transforms your spiritual posture. When you use this phrase, you are no longer a beggar at the gates of abundance. You become the owner of the palace. Money is just energy, and energy flows where attention is commanded, not where it is begged for. So what is this phrase? It comes from one of the most profound moments in biblical history, a moment of direct contact with the infinite. When Moses stood before the burning bush and asked the voice of the Creator, "Who are you? What shall I tell the people is your name?" The answer he received was cryptic, powerful, and absolutely transformative. The voice didn't say, "I am God," or "I am the King." The voice said, "Eye Asher Eye." Listen to that sound. Eye, Asher, Eye. In English, this is often translated as, "I am that I am." But that translation is weak, it's watery, it loses the thunder of the original Hebrew. A more accurate translation, one that captures the quantum potential of the phrase, is, "I will be what I will be," or "I am becoming what I am becoming." It is a statement of pure, unadulterated existence. It is the formula for creation. Eye means "I will be." It is the active tense of existence. When you say this, you are tapping into the power that breathes life into the universe. But here is where most people get it wrong, and this is why they fail to manifest anything. They think this phrase belongs only to a deity in the sky. They think it's a name you worship. The secret, the one that they don't tell you in Sunday school, is that this phrase is an invitation for you to step into your own power. It is a template for your identity. When you say Eye, you are connecting your small, limited self with the infinite, unlimited source of all wealth. You are declaring that your nature is not fixed. You are not just an employee. You are not just someone struggling with debt. You are Eye. You are a being of infinite potential, constantly becoming whatever you choose to focus on. Let's break down why this specific Hebrew sequence triggers abundance. Hebrew is what linguists and mystics call a constructive language. The vibration of the words matches the essence of the thing they describe. In English, the word money is just a label. It's arbitrary. But in the ancient tongues, the sound carries the frequency of the object. Eye, Asher, Eye creates a loop of energy. The first Eye is the internal source, your consciousness, your desire. Asher is the bridge, the connection, the channel. The second Eye is the manifestation in the physical world. It connects the unseen to the seen. Internal reality, bridge, external reality. When you repeat this phrase, you are aligning your internal world with your external world. You are closing the gap. Usually, there is a massive gap between who you think you are and who you want to be. You think you are broke, but you want to be rich. That gap is filled with anxiety, stress, and chasing. The phrase Eye Asher collapses that gap. It merges the desire with the reality. Now, let's talk about money specifically. Money is a currency. Currency comes from the word current, like a river. It needs to flow. Blockages in your mind stop the flow. The biggest blockage is the belief that money is outside of you. You think you have to go out and get it. You think you have to trade your time, your sweat, and your soul to acquire it. This puts money on a pedestal and puts you on your knees. The phrase Eye Asher Eye knocks money off the pedestal. It reminds you that you are the generator of the current. You are the source. When you vibrate at the frequency of I am, money realizes it belongs to you. It's a subtle psychological shift, but the results are drastic. You stop acting desperate. You walk into a room differently. You negotiate differently. You spot opportunities that were always there, but you were too blinded by scarcity to see them. Imagine your mind is a radio tuner. For years, you have been tuned to 88.5 FM, the scarcity station. On this station, all you hear is, "It's too hard, the economy is bad, I'll never get ahead." You can't hear the music of wealth because you aren't on the frequency. You can work 20 hours a day, but if your dial is on 88.5, you will only get the results of 88.5. Chanting or meditating on Eye Asher Eye is the act of turning the dial. It forces your hand to move the tuner to 100.0 FM, the abundance frequency. Suddenly, the static clears. You start receiving downloads, ideas for a business, a sudden urge to call an old contact, a refund check in the mail. These aren't accidents. These are the side effects of being tuned in. But you have to say it right. You can't just mumble it while you're scrolling through social media. This requires intention. It requires what the Hebrews call kavanah, focused intent. You are performing surgery on your own subconscious mind. You are cutting out the tumor of poverty and stitching in the DNA of royalty. Let's go deeper into the structure of the phrase before we get to the daily practice. The word asher in the middle is crucial. It connects the two I ams. In your life, asher is your action. It's what you do. But notice that the action is sandwiched between two states of being. This implies that your doing must come from your being. Most people do it backward. They say, once I have $1 million, having, then I will do the things rich people do, doing, and then I will be happy, being. The Ayech code reverses this. It says, be it first. Ayech, I am. Then the action follows naturally, asher. Then the result manifests, Ayech. You must be wealthy in your consciousness before you ever see a dime in your hand. This phrase is the tool to cement that consciousness. It is not about faking it until you make it. It is about remembering that your essential nature is abundance. The universe is not poor. Look at nature. There is no shortage of leaves on the trees. There is no shortage of water in the ocean. Scarcity is a human invention. It is a lie we told ourselves. Ayech asher ayech is the truth that shatters the lie. Now, I want you to pay attention because we are approaching the practical application. This is where the rubber meets the road. Knowledge without application is just entertainment. You are not here to be entertained. You are here to change your financial destiny. The challenge I am going to propose involves a 30-day commitment. Why 30 days? Because science tells us it takes roughly that long to build a new neural pathway. Your brain is a jungle. The path of I am broke is a superhighway. It's wide, paved, and easy to travel. The path of I am abundant is overgrown with weeds because you haven't walked down it in years. We need to hack through those weeds and pave a new highway. For this to work, you need to drop your skepticism. You need to suspend your disbelief. You have tried doing it your way, worrying, stressing, chasing, and look where that got you. Give this ancient wisdom a chance to prove itself. When you begin this practice, you might feel resistance. Your logical mind, the ego, will scream at you. It will say, "This is stupid. You are sitting in a cheap apartment talking to yourself in Hebrew. You have bills due on Friday. This won't work." Expect that voice. That voice is the guardian of your old identity. It is trying to protect the broke you because that is the only you it knows. When you hear that voice, smile at it. It means you are pushing the right buttons. It means the old programming is threatened. The phrase, Eye asher eye, acts as a silencer for that ego voice. It vibrates at a level that the ego cannot comprehend. It speaks directly to the soul. We are going to combine this phrase with a visualization technique that anchors the feeling of wealth into your physical body. Remember, feeling is the secret. You cannot just say the words like a parrot. You must feel the vibration rattle in your bones. You must feel the reality of I am expanding in your chest. Picture a column of white light connecting you to the sky and the earth. You are the conduit. When you speak the phrase, you are bringing the energy of the infinite down into the finite physical world. You are turning spirit into matter. That is the definition of manifestation. spirit into matter, thought into thing. Are you ready to stop chasing? Are you ready to become the magnet? The specific routine involves 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. It corresponds to the 3 energetic shifts of the sun. But there is a specific way to breathe and a specific way to project your voice that activates the vagus nerve and signals safety and power to your nervous system. If you do this with half a heart, you will get half-hearted results. But if you commit, if you throw your entire being into this 30-day experiment, you will see doors open that were welded shut. You will find money on the street. Clients will call you out of the blue. Debts will be cleared in miraculous ways. Not because of magic, but because you finally stopped broadcasting the signal of lack. Here is exactly how to begin the sequence. You need to find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. This is a sacred meeting between you and your potential. You are going to sit with your spine straight. This is important. Your spine is the antenna. Do not slouch. Feet flat on the floor, grounding you to the earth. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your stomach, not just your chest. Hold it for a count of 4. Release it slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 times. Calm the noise of the day. Now, bring your attention to the center of your chest, your heart center. Visualize a golden light glowing there. This is the seat of your identity. We're going to say the phrase in 3 stages. The first stage is a whisper. The second stage is a spoken voice. The third stage is a silent thunder inside your mind. But before you say the first word, you must set the intention. The intention is not, I want money. The intention is, I am aligning with the flow of abundance. Do you feel the difference? One is needy, the other is authoritative. Prepare yourself. The first word is eye. When you say it, I want you to feel it vibrating in your throat and expanding into your aura. Ready? Deep breath in. Eye. Feel the resonance? It means I exist. It means I am here. It is the ultimate affirmation of presence. Now we are going to add the bridge, Asher. Asher connects the potential to the kinetic. And finally, the closing seal, Eye. But wait, there is a missing key, a nuance that almost everyone overlooks when they try to teach this. It's the pause. The silence between the words is just as important as the words themselves. In the silence, the universe rearranges itself to match your command. If you rush through it, Eya Hashareye, you kill the power. It must be deliberate. Eye. Pause. Asher. Eye. In those pauses, you must visualize the money you desire not as paper bills, but as a golden energy flowing into your life, surrounding you, supporting you. You must feel the relief of having it, the joy of sharing it, the freedom it brings. Now, let's structure the 30-day challenge. This is going to require discipline. But if you can't give yourself 5 minutes a day for your own freedom, then you don't really want it. Every morning, immediately upon waking, before you check your phone, before you drink your coffee, you sit on the edge of your bed. You are in the theta state, that drowsy state between sleep and wakefulness. This is when your subconscious is wide open. It is the prime time for reprogramming. You will repeat the phrase 21 times. Why 21? It is a sacred number in Hebrew numerology, but practically, it is enough repetitions to get into a trance state without taking all morning. As you say it, with every repetition, imagine you are putting on a cloak of royalty. You are stepping into a new skin. But the challenge doesn't stop in the morning. The real work happens during the day, when the stress hits. When you see a bill in the mail, your automatic reaction is fear. How will I pay this? That is the old program firing. You have to catch it. You have to interrupt the pattern. The moment fear strikes, you stop, you take a breath, and you silently repeat, Eye asher eye. You remind yourself of who you are. You override the fear with the command of existence. I will be what I will be. I decide my reality, not this piece of paper. And then there is the evening routine. This is crucial for incubation. Whatever you think about last before you fall asleep loops in your subconscious for 8 hours. If you fall asleep worrying about money, you are marinating in poverty all night long. You wake up exhausted because you've been fighting spiritual battles in your sleep. We need to change that. Tonight, and for the next 29 nights, you will lull yourself to sleep with this phrase. But there is a specific visualization you must add at night to supercharge the process. It involves a technique called the golden rain. You lie in bed, you relax every muscle, and as you mentally chant, Eye asher eye, you visualize a gentle rain of golden light falling from the ceiling, soaking into your skin, into your sheets, into the floor. This light is pure abundance. It is liquid money. It is liquid freedom. You breathe it in. You let it saturate your cells. You drift off to sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You fall asleep as the person who already has it all. Now I know what you are thinking. Is it really that simple? Just some Hebrew words and visualization? Do not mistake simplicity for weakness. An atomic bomb is triggered by a very small mechanism. The most powerful things in the universe are simple principles applied with massive intensity. Gravity is simple. Fire is simple. This phrase is a spiritual fire. But there is a danger here. I must warn you. When you start this, things might get chaotic for a few days. This is called the purging effect. As the new frequency of abundance enters your life, everything that is not aligned with it must leave. You might lose a toxic friend. You might lose a job that was draining your soul. Do not panic. This is the universe clearing space for the new wealth to enter. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. If chaos ensues, celebrate it. Say it is working. Stand firm in your Eye. In the second part of this video, we are going to go even deeper. I am going to show you how to combine this phrase with the water method to physically ingest the vibration of wealth. And I will share the secret hand seal or mudra that locks this energy into your body so you don't leak it out during the day. But you are not ready for that yet. First, you must master the phrase. You must master the intent. I want you to make a commitment right now. Go to the comments section below. Do not just watch this and move on. That is passive. Be active. Type the phrase, Eye asher, I am abundance. By typing it, you are taking the first physical action. You are grounding the thought into the physical internet. You are declaring to yourself and the community that you are starting the challenge. Look at the comments of others. Like them, support them. When you support others' abundance, you attract it to yourself. That is how the law works. Remember, the money is looking for you. It wants a home. It wants to go where it is respected, commanded, and understood. Stop chasing it like a desperate lover. Turn around, stand tall, speak the ancient code, and watch it come running to you. The power is in your tongue. The code is in your mind. The time is now. There is, however, one final element to this phrase that was kept hidden even from the general students of Kabbalah. A specific tone, a musical note that, when hummed while thinking of the phrase, vibrates the pineal gland directly. This activates the biological antenna in your brain responsible for intuition and higher guidance. Without this tone, you are operating at 50% power. With it, you become a beacon. I'm going to teach you that tone and the water method, but you need to digest what we just covered. Do not rush. Sit with the yeah. Feel its weight. If you are serious about this, if you are truly ready to leave the scarcity mindset behind and step into your birthright, then you need to be ready for what comes next. Because once you activate the pineal tone, there is no going back. The shift becomes permanent. Are you ready to hear it? Good. Because silence is the canvas upon which the universe paints reality, and the tone I am about to give you is the brush. You see, most people think manifestation is about shouting your desires at the sky. They think it is about force. But the ancient mystics knew that the universe does not respond to noise. It responds to resonance. It responds to a frequency that matches its own creative pulse. The tone is not a song. It is not a melody you will find on the radio. It is a hum, a specific internal vibration that physically shakes the sphenoid bone in your skull. This bone, shaped like a butterfly, sits right behind your eyes. It cradles the pituitary gland and sits adjacent to the pineal gland. When you vibrate this bone correctly, you create a piezoelectric effect, literally generating an electrical charge within the crystals of your pineal gland. This is the biological mechanism of the God spark. Here is how you find the tone. You must do this with me right now. In the privacy of your own space. Close your mouth, but keep your teeth slightly separated. Rest the tip of your tongue gently against the roof of your mouth, right behind your front teeth, the alveolar ridge. This connects the front and back energy channels of the body, closing the circuit. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly, not your chest. As you exhale, I want you to make the sound, but you must direct the vibration upwards. You are not humming in your throat, you are humming into your nasal cavity. You should feel a physical buzzing sensation right between your eyebrows. Do it again. Pitch it slightly higher until you feel that buzz intensify. That physical sensation? That is the key turning in the lock. That is you physically waking up the antenna. Now, we combine this with the water method. This is the secret that the wealthy elite have used in various forms for centuries. It is based on the principle that water holds memory. Science has begun to catch up to this. Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments showed us that water molecules change their geometric structure based on the thoughts and words directed at them. If you drink chaotic water, you become chaotic. If you drink water charged with the vibration of Eye Asher Eye, you literally hydrate your cells with the geometry of godlike abundance. Here is the protocol. You will do this every morning for the next 21 days. Not 20, not 19, 21. It takes 21 days to overwrite the neural pathways of scarcity that have been programmed into you since childhood. Step 1. The vessel. Get a clear glass of water. No plastic. Plastic is an insulator. It deadens the energy. Glass is made of sand, of silica. It is a conductor, like the chips in your computer. Fill it with the purest water you can find. Step 2. The charge. Hold the glass with both hands. Why both? Because your left hand receives energy and your right hand projects it. By using both, you create a closed loop of energy circulation between your heart and the water. Sit with the water for a moment. Look at it. Realize that this water is about to become part of your blood. It is about to become the fluid in your brain. Step 3. The code. Stare into the water. Visualize the phrase Eye Asher Eye, written in golden light floating inside the liquid. See the light swirling, infusing every molecule. Now speak the phrase into the water. Not in your head, out loud. Your voice creates sound waves that physically restructure the water. Say, Eye Asher Eye. I am that I am. I am the abundance that I seek. Step 4. The activation. Now, before you drink, inhale deeply and hum the tone we just practiced. Direct that vibration into the water. Feel the glass vibrate in your hands. You are sonicating the water, locking the intention into its structure. Do this for one full breath. Step 5. The mudra. Set the glass down for a second. We need to seal your body's energy before you ingest this. Bring your hands together. Touch the tip of your thumb to the tip of your ring finger on both hands. The thumb represents the fire element, the will, the ego, the driving force. The ring finger represents the earth element, physical reality, stability, material wealth. When you touch them together, you are connecting will to reality. You are grounding the fire. Press them together until you can feel your own pulse in your fingertips. That pulse is the rhythm of your existence confirming the command. Hold this mudra for 10 seconds while looking at the water. Step 6. Ingestion. Pick up the glass. Drink the water. But do not just swallow it down. Drink it slowly. Feel it cooling your throat. Imagine it is liquid gold, filling your stomach, absorbing into your bloodstream, traveling to your heart, your brain, your hands. Feel it rewriting your DNA. Feel it flushing out the poverty codes, the worry, the debt, the fear. Say to yourself, it is done. This sounds simple. Do not be deceived by simplicity. The most powerful technologies in the world are user-friendly on the surface, but infinitely complex underneath. You are hacking your bioenergetic field. Now, I must warn you, and listen closely, because this is where most people fail. This is where the 3-day hump destroys the week. When you start this protocol, you are declaring war on your old self. You are telling the scarcity you that it is time to die. And the scarcity you will fight back. It wants to survive. Around day 3 or day 4, you might experience what we call the purge. You might feel sudden anxiety. You might get an unexpected bill in the mail. Your car might break down. You might have a fight with your partner about money. You might feel foolish for talking to a glass of water. Do not stop. This is not a sign that it's not working. This is the definitive proof that it is working. When you stir a glass of dirty water, the dirt at the bottom swirls up and makes the whole glass look muddy for a moment before it can be cleared away. You are stirring the mud. The universe is testing your resolve. It is asking, are you sure? You said you wanted abundance, but are you willing to walk through the fire of your old identity to get it? If you stop when the resistance hits, you signal to the universe that you were just bluffing. You signal that you prefer the safety of your struggle over the uncertainty of your greatness. And the money will retreat. It will recoil from your lack of conviction. But if you push through, If you drink that water on the morning of day 4, even when your bank account is negative, even when you feel ridiculous, that is when the shift happens. By day 7, the atmosphere changes. The resistance breaks. You will start to notice the echoes. Small things at first. You find $20 in an old coat pocket. Someone buys you lunch. A refund you forgot about hits your account. A client calls out of the blue. These are not coincidences. Do not dismiss them. These are the scouts, the advanced guard of the army of abundance that is marching towards you. When you see these small wins, you must acknowledge them. You must say, I see you. I accept you. More, please. Gratitude is the magnetic force that pulls the rest of the army in. As you continue to day 14 and day 21, the internal shift becomes permanent. You will notice you no longer feel that tightness in your chest when you open your banking app. You no longer feel envy when you see a luxury car. Instead, you feel resonance. You look at wealth and you think, that is me. That is just another reflection of my state. You stop chasing, you start attracting. You become the gravity well. Opportunities fall into your lap because you are no longer repelling them with the vibration of I need. You are inviting them with the vibration of I have. Remember the phrase, Eye, asher, eye. I will be what I will be. But in the context of the ritual, it becomes, I am becoming what I am choosing. You are the chooser. You are the architect. There is a level beyond this, a level of quantum jumping where you don't just attract money, but you shift into a timeline where the money was always there. But that is dangerous territory for the uninitiated. We will not go there today. Today, you must master the water, the tone, and the mudra. I want you to look at your hands right now. Look at the palms of your hands. These are the tools you use to shape your world. For too long, you have used them to wring out worry, to cover your face in stress, to hold on to things that were trying to leave. Open them. Relax your fingers. The tension you hold in your body is the physical manifestation of the money you are blocking. Let it go. I want to leave you with a final visualization, a climax of energy to carry you into your first session of this protocol. Close your eyes one last time. Imagine you are standing in a vast white room, infinite white space. In the center of the room stands a version of you, but it is not the you of today. This version of you stands taller. Their skin glows. They are dressed in clothes that signify total comfort and power. They are smiling, a smile of absolute peace. They are not worried about rent. They are not worried about the future. They have mastered the code. Walk up to this version of you. Look them in the eyes. Notice that they are holding a ball of golden light in their hands. This light represents the accumulated wealth, the freedom, the destiny that is waiting for you. The future you holds it out to you. Reach out, take it. Feel the weight of it in your hands. It is heavy, but not burdensome. It is the weight of responsibility, the weight of power. Now, pull that light into your chest. Absorb it. Feel your two bodies merging. You are no longer looking at the wealthy you. You are the wealthy you. You are looking out through their eyes. You are thinking with their brain. You are feeling with their heart. Snap your eyes open. You are back in the room, but you are different. Something has clicked. The challenge begins now. Go to the comments. If you haven't typed Eye Asha Eye, I am abundance yet, do it. Seal the pact. And for those of you who are truly brave, for those who want to document this journey, come back to this video every single day for the next 21 days. Reply to your own comment. Update us. Day 1, done. Day 2, done. Day 3, the resistance is here, but I am holding. Day 7, I see the signs. Create a journal of your ascension right here. Let this community be your witness. Because when you succeed, and you will succeed if you do not quit, your comment thread will serve as a map for the lost souls who come after you. It will be the proof that this is real. Do not underestimate the power of the water. Do not underestimate the power of the tone. And never, ever underestimate the power of I am. The code has been delivered. The instructions are clear. The rest is up to your will. Get your glass. Find your silence. Begin.